Members, followed by the reading of the school board prayer by Mr. Lewis and the leading of the Pledge of Allegiance by Vice President Barris.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Lewis? Here. Mr. Meyer?
Here.
Mrs. Barra? Ms. Fletcher-Mickens? Here. Mr. Hebert?
Here.
Mr. Washington? Mrs. Hood?
Here.
Mrs. Arso? Here. Mr. Dugas? Here. Mrs. Dugas? Mr. President, you have a quorum?
Thank you.
Dear God, we humbly thank you for allowing us to peacefully assemble on this day. We ask that you watch over each and every one of us within the sound of my voice and those who may be listening near and far. Give us the strength, the courage, and the wisdom, dear Lord, to govern with authority, to govern with peace and love, and to bring us together, dear Lord, in unanimity. I humbly ask, my Father, that you watch over everyone incumbent in Assumption Parish Schools, particularly our students. Please bring them safely to and from us each and every day, dear Lord. Bless their parents and their teachers. Enshrine them with your love, dear Lord, as we gracefully wait and watch over them each and every day. These and many blessings we humbly pray in your name, respectfully yours in Christ. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to adopt the agenda. Moved by Ms. Hood, second by Ms. Cooney. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I need a motion to adopt the consent agenda items A, B, and D. Need a motion? Moved by Ms. Dot. Second by Ms. Hood. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, under item C, adopt a resolution of sympathy for Elmere Disney.
Thank you, Mr. President. Whereas we, the members of Assumption Parish School Board, have learned of the untimely death of Ms. Elmire Disney, an outstanding employee and citizen of Assumption Parish. Whereas by her devotion and loyalty, she had come to be recognized as a most valuable asset to the Assumption Parish family of public educators. And whereas Ms. Disney served Assumption Parish School Board for 34 years. And whereas her life was a record of service and devotion to children, community, and family, her loss will be shared by all who cherish the education of the young, especially the young of Assumption Parish. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Assumption Parish School Board deeply regrets the untimely loss of a true friend and servant to public education and offers her family our deepest sympathy in their time of grief. Be it further resolved that a copy of this expression of sympathy is presented to the family with our deepest condolences.
Yeah, is anybody here from the Disney family?
I would like to say that she was 100 years old, and she served Assumption Parish for 34 years, from 1945 to May of 1980, as a teacher and librarian.
Wow. That's incredible. Okay, under reports and recognition, item A, receive administrative personnel report, and I think everybody's got that in the packet. Item B, recognize and honor 8th grade student of the year at the district level.
Good evening.
Tonight I have the honor of recognizing our 8th grade student of the year, and just as with our students at the last board meeting, our 5th grade and our 12th grade student of the year, this young lady possesses the very same qualities: hard work, dedication, self-discipline. On the last meeting, she was working hard, and I think having some fun also at the Beta conference in Lafayette, so she could not be with us at that time. So I will ask at this time Ms. Linda Gode, representing the Retired Teachers Association, to please come, because she has a special presentation for this young lady as well. So again, just, I recall when I was scanning over this young lady's portfolio for regional competition, it was full, it was full of, just community, stuff, church, things she's doing at her church, of course, things she's doing in her school. And at the very last minute, Mom was calling and, wait, I have some more things to add, can I add some more things? But it's just an example of how much these, young ladies, these kids are doing. So we want to thank her for her hard work and dedication. So I will at this time, and I'll ask the parents to please stand, the family to stand when her name is called. So our district 8th grade student of the year, at this time, I'd like to recognize and congratulate Ava Phelps. So her plaque reads, Student of the Year, 2023-24, Ava Phelps, representing Napoleonville Middle School, for excellence, academic achievement, leadership ability, and citizenship. Again, Napoleonville Middle School, congratulations, Ava.
From the Retired Teachers Association of Assumption Parish for that dedication to that hard work. Keep up the good work.
Like, no way. She did her work.
Congratulations, Miss Ava. I've seen you do quite a few things. I've watched you do livestock. I think you do great in every single thing that you do, and I'm super proud of you.
Ditto, girl. Congratulations.
Beautiful young lady too. Congratulations to her and
And
the
the
parents.
parents.
Beautiful girl too.
It's an honor, well deserved. I know you put a lot of hard work into it. Parents, thank you so very much for entrusting us in educating your young one. I think you did an excellent job, and I know your teachers did a good job with you also, so congratulations. By the way, keep up the hard work. Like I told the other group here, probably our last meeting, it's hard being the leader, because when you try to lead, then there's gonna be others that try to tear you down or try to ridicule you, but then you got to be stronger. It takes a strong person to be a leader, and I think I see a lot of that in you, those qualities. So keep it up, and congratulations again.
Okay, on the policies and procedure, item A, receive information on revisions to policy CN, administrative records. You want to go through?
If I may, yeah, what we're gonna do is, we have multiple policy revision reviews on tonight's agenda, so we're gonna do A through each, together. So she's gonna do policy CN, administrative records, policy BFK, gifts and donations, policy EBBH, use of AEDs and cardiac emergency plan, policy GBG, probation, policy IHAB, parent conferences, policy JGB, school wellness policy, JGC, student health services. They're all going to be done together. These are only for informational purposes. Any vote will take place at the next meeting.
Okay, and thank you for reading all that, Mike.
You got it.
These are policies that, forethought, when the legislature comes out with anything that is new, they look at the legislature and our policy and make adjustments so that we can be in a line with what the legislature put out. So this is for your reading, for information tonight.
Thank you. Mr. Superintendent, any comments on that? Okay. All right, on the budget, approve revision to salary schedule. Need a motion?
School calendar.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
H.
sorry, I jumped ahead. Approve 2024-2025 school calendar. Need a motion? Moved by Ms. Coons, second by Mr. Washington. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And this is just the student calendar. It's not the-
Yes, ma'am. Our teacher, student, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on the budget, approve revision to salary schedule. Need a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Hood, second by Mr. Abear. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Under Facilities and Grounds, approve bid for security improvements to Assumption High School, Napoleonville Primary School, and Napoleonville Middle School. Need a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Dodge, second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Good. Item B, approve bid for Assumption High School Micro Center Project Addition.
So moved. Second.
Move by Ms. Cooney, second by Mr. Abe. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good. Item C, receive mid-year review status of projects and work orders for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2023.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Dwayne could not make it tonight, so I will give a brief update on current projects for this fiscal year. Mr. Dwayne had major and minor projects. We had over 70 major and minor projects for the year, starting July 1 up until this point. And I'm proud to say that out of 70 projects, 67.1% are already completed. We have 15% that's, 21% of them have been already awarded and out for bid, and only 12.8% that we're still working on. I'm not going to go over all of the projects. You have that to read at your leisure, but I just want to make sure that we are aware that we have over 70. That's great, over 70 projects that we introduced that we're trying to improve our district from a construction standpoint. And it's great news that we have 67% of the 70, which is 47, already completed. And we only have 9 left that we actually have that we're still working on. As far as the workload is concerned, whenever our teachers or our school administrators have problems on a campus, we have a system of work orders. So over 1,500 work orders were submitted to our transportation department. And I'm proud to say out of the 1,500 work orders, 95% of those work orders were completed. That's this fiscal year. So if you think about 1,500, over 1,500 work orders have been submitted, and our maintenance department have completed over 95% of those. And we have only 19 that is still in progress to be completed. So they currently, as of today, they're working on 19 of those work orders. That's just general maintenance. Work orders, as it relates to our HVAC system, we had 312 work orders submitted to our maintenance department, and we completed 94% of those. So we completed 293 work orders. We currently, right now, we have 0% of our work orders in progress. And the reason why you see a discrepancy, because some work orders were duplicates, so we just label those as duplicates, because sometimes multiple people will report the same maintenance issue. So we just would delete it, so you had some that are duplicates. So I just want to make sure the board and the community is aware of all of the projects and how we are working through those and making sure that we are completing those projects for the district. So even though our department is small, I have to commend Mr. Dwayne and all the guys and Ms. Abbott that's working in the department for an outstanding job.
Thank you. Okay, item D, discuss adding 5th grade to the primary school configuration for the 2024-2025 school year.
I submitted this item to be discussed tonight. I know in the superintendent's original plan, we talked about, it was in there to move 5th grade back to the primary schools. And thinking about it, if we were to go ahead and move them to the middle schools this year, and then next year, if we decide to go with the superintendent's plan, that would be one more transition that these kids would have to make. And not just that, I feel like 5th grade belongs with the primary kids in the elementary school. I just think they're too young for middle school. It's it's a big transition for fifth grade anyway. And then having to do that transition twice, or possibly twice, would just be hard. It would be difficult. And I'd like to know what it would take to get that done, and what are the possibilities of getting it done for this school year?
I submitted a report. I know Mr. Aback had several questions as it relates to that particular transition. And something that really stood out was the transition to from LMS, because LMS has 2 feeder schools, so you would have to make sure that you supply teachers in Baylor's as well as Labradorville Primary. So it would actually be an increase, because when you combine schools, you have less teachers needed, but when you separate schools, you have more. So it definitely would, we would have to pick up a cost to make sure that we supply the proper teachers on those sites, as well as those teachers would have to possibly increase their workload, because on some sites, you have teachers teaching both 5th and 6th grade. So you don't just have 5th grade teachers to just push 5th grade down. You would have to look at how that would transition over. Either we hire more people, or those teachers would have to increase their workload. So that was the initial assessment. After talking to my staff and answering those questions that were submitted to us, and I think if it can be done, obviously, but at a cost that, you know, we would have to make sure that we have personnel. And then also, when you look at the, I guess, alternative subjects like band and PE, we would have to make sure that those kids receive those services as well. So it can be done, but it definitely will be at a cost.
So, excuse me. You know, a couple of meetings ago, we gave you the authority to go out and seek other help to help assess what's going on in our school system. And to do this, to go forward with this plan, I think we kind of piecemealing it. I don't think that's feasible. I don't think that's helping the district out, because you're gonna assume the cost to do this, and then you're gonna turn right around again whenever you get this company in to assess our consolidation plan. Then that's assuming another cost, a cost that the company, if you decide to proceed in that direction, gonna have to probably include the 5th grade schools anyway. So I don't feel that we need to leapfrog, and to the fact too, if you do something like that right now, so then you're reducing already troubled school attendance in Belrose Middle, and that's, that, I don't think that is feasible. We shouldn't, if we're gonna do anything, look at the whole gamut of everything, and I think that way it'll have more equity across the board instead of piecemeal it like this.
I feel the same way. I initially felt the same way, where if we could do this and put 5th down initially, we could take at least a step in the right direction. But after seeing the data presented about the positions that would be needed, plus the detriment to the enrollment again in LMS and Belrose, I think is what he said. Sure. Let me turn my volume up. So I thought the same thing initially, that 5th would be well this next year to have one step, but then it is piecemealing. A comprehensive plan would be better based on the cost and the additional teachers that we would need that we already don't have to service the kids, and then separating, phys ed, separating the band program. We'd have to hire new teachers for that to service the 5th grade at the primary site, which could be a good thing because you could get 4th and 5th grade at the same time, but we would still incur the extra cost, and then possibly adjusting that again next year. So I was in favor initially. That's why I asked the questions to get the data presented. And I think we agreed on that whenever we first talked about it. Ms. Andrea too, that we agreed that it would be a step in the right direction to what we need to be eventually, but piecemealing it,
I would also like for us to wait and see what the governor's gonna do. I don't know if y'all listened to him this morning, but the next session is all about education and what he's gonna do with education. So I think we're gonna face a lot of challenges and a lot of changes. But I think it's time that we just sit back right now and just kind of listen to what's gonna go on and go from there.
So I've heard everybody say something about costs and teaching positions, but I haven't heard anything about concerns for the students. That's it. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Okay, so it's my opinion that right now, this is only my opinion, that we have so much information out there that the majority of it is just speculation. And although the questions, and not Ms. Barris' question, but all of these questions that are being asked are great, but we're not making any decisions right now. So asking 50 questions about what ifs is only muddying the water. So I would suggest, since we did authorize the superintendent to get the firm, that we wait. Because these questions are just making everybody in the parish, it's becoming to where they don't know which way is up. So let's just do what we said we were going to do, and then we will address everything in that time. Your concerns also.
Right, but overall, we're sitting in limbo and nothing's going to get better. It's only going to get worse.
Well, I totally agree. Something needs to be done. I agree. But I think that if we just, and I'm not calling it piecemealing because I understand where you're coming from, but I think we wait for that, and then we make moves based on what's being told to us. From a perspective of someone that's a consulting firm that's looking at all avenues. That's my opinion. But everybody's concerns need to be heard. But I think for now, we need to just take the temperature down a little bit and wait and see what's being said.
And keep the same focus, you know, one mind on what we are trying to do, or what with this company that's going to come in and give us some advice or make a recommendation. I think we just need to stay the course and focus on that, and then after that, we have to make a decision. We know, this board knows we got to do something. And it's gonna cost.
It's not a
gonna
cost anyway.
That's not a problem. We already know it's gonna cost.
But, you know, I think where people are concerned is the word waiting.
Yeah.
And I definitely understand, as far as getting the consulting firm and stuff like that. I think our parish just wants to know how long will the waiting take, because I do know a lot of the parish is ready to move forward, and that's wonderful. But, you know, I've talked to a bunch of you guys, and we need to set ourselves up to hit a home run with this. We need to move our district forward. We need to figure out the best possible way for everybody involved. And we need to move this district forward, whether it's for this coming year or the following school year. You know, that's up in the air. But we need to make sure we hit a home run for all these kids, because every child in this parish deserves it.
Continue to stay proactive and not
So
lay.
I guess my next question is, what's happening at Lavityville Middle with all of these kids moving to Napoleonville? Because that student body is going to shrink no matter what.
Well, okay, let's stay in.
Let's leave it at a comment.
That's fine. Let's not drift off into all the speculation. We'll definitely address that, and that's something we can address with the superintendent.
Excuse me, could we get a number, because I'm hearing this a lot, that a lot of Lauderdale are moving, students are moving to Napoleonville, so they making a move anyway. So I would like to know a count of how many kids, even before this started, how many kids are, education and custody over from Lauderdale to Napoleonville, and how many from Barrow Rose are in Pierpont. Because that's where our numbers, and that's what I'm looking at, is affecting Lauderdale Middle School and Barrow Rose Middle School. Because the numbers of those kids in Barrow Rose are going to Pierpont, so their numbers are still increasing. Our numbers are going down there is decreasing also, because they're going to Napoleonville. And I would like it by race, because I'm hearing a lot of blacks are turned down from Lavendale to Napoleonville. I always heard that.
Okay, yeah, the superintendent's taking that under consideration. And I'm sure we can get that. Okay. All right, comments and announcements, anybody?
Yes, I have several announcements, just real quick. First of all, I want to thank our special education department. They did a phenomenal job today. We had our second annual Special Olympics, and our kids and our parents were extremely happy. Special thanks and shout out go to Miss Heather Tompley. She was our chairperson, and she did a phenomenal job organizing. And I know it's a team effort, but she led the charge, and I want to give her an acknowledgement saying how she did a phenomenal job in organizing today's events, and also to those parents parents and students who participated. And I could not say enough about our high school students from Assumption High School. They are always active in supporting what we're doing across the district. So definitely a shout out to those students. And to our special education department. I think our special education department is one of the best departments in the entire state. And I can firmly say that because we have outstanding employees and people that work extremely hard. Also, I would like to congratulate our new transportation supervisor, Ms. Diana. She's here with us tonight. And Ms. Dana, she's here and she will solve all of our transportation issues. So, welcome aboard. You have a tall task ahead of you, but you have the support of my office as well as the school board because we need to definitely improve in that area. So thank you for joining our team. And one quick highlight, Ms. Dana can certify drivers. So we don't have to outsource that anymore. So now we have someone in-house in our district that actually can certify school bus drivers. So we're super excited about bringing on her as well as what she brings to the table from a skill set standpoint. And last but not least, I want to congratulate our college athletes. At Assumption High School, we had signing day today. So I want to say congratulations to those students and those parents. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, go ahead.
Just an announcement from a community partner, Miss Erin Watson-Terrio. The Rural Heart and Lung Study started this week. They're housed at the community center across the bayou. They have a mobile unit there that's conducting the heart and lung study, sponsored also by Pennington Biomedical. They have an event next Tuesday, or March 12th. Tuesday, March 12th. It's a meet and greet and informational session on the study, and it's a big project that got awarded to our area. I think there's six locations in the country that got awarded, I believe. So they have an event on March 12th. She asked me to mention that in the meeting as well. So, and she's got great response. I mean, tons of good responses. Appointments already scheduled. People are getting there and getting it done. So congratulations to Erin.
Okay. Good deal. Need a motion to adjourn. Move on, Scott. Second by Ms. Byers. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.